and welcome to our video about one of the new features from the Summer 19 release, in-app guidance. We're going to start off by talking about what in-app guidance is and how it can benefit your users and business. We are then going to look at how to set up in-app guidance from an administrator's perspective. In-app guidance is a very helpful feature that allows you to configure pop-ups and prompts for your users. These prompts can contain anything from helpful tips and tricks to trailhead modules that would be beneficial to help and training articles to explain functionalities further. You can configure where on the window you want these prompts to appear, either as a pop-up or floating near a relevant item on the page. You can also choose how often these prompts appear, and you can measure the interactions your users have with them, allowing you to see which are most effective. Another helpful feature is that you can control the access to these prompts through permissions, making sure that only the relevant users see the prompts they need. By configuring in-app guidance, your business benefits because you are providing resources to your users before they even realize they need them. If you have just rolled out a new functionality, you may configure the in-app guidance to provide a link to a helpful article or video that instructs users how to use that functionality. Even if your users have a lot of experience with Salesforce, you may configure in-app guidance to just provide them with some reminders about the process they must go through, or have prompts appear as pop-ups when they view certain records. To configure in-app guidance, go to Setup and in the quick find type in-app guidance and select it. This is where all of your prompts are stored. To add a new prompt, click Add Prompt. You will then be shown this screen, which allows you to open the prompt authoring bar. The prompt authoring bar is where you can configure your prompts and preview them. Click Open Authoring Bar to be taken through to a view of your org where you can begin the configuration process. We are going to create a prompt which pops up when a user goes to the Groups tab and gives them the link to a help and training article on how to create chatter groups. We are going to start off by navigating to the page that we want the prompt to appear on, the Groups tab. As you can see, the page we are on has now changed to the Groups list and that there are currently no prompts on this page. If we click the Add Prompt button in the top right of the screen, we can add our new prompt. First, we get to choose what type of prompt we want, either floating or docked. Docked prompts appear in the dock in the bottom right-hand corner, and floating prompts appear in a particular area that we choose. For the sake of this example, we are going to choose a docked prompt. We are then taken to the next page, which allows us to choose who is going to have access to the prompt. We have the choice of everyone or specific permissions. If you select the specific permissions, you will notice that causes a list of all of the available permissions to appear, which you can then choose from. We are going to select everyone though, because we want everyone to see this prompt. We then get to choose exactly what we would like this prompt to say. So I am going to define the header as chatter groups and the title as creating groups. We can then put in the body of text. You will notice there is also the option to add an action button. If we switch that on, it allows us to add a button and define a specific URL so that when users click on that button, they will be taken to the link that you have defined. You can name the button and then define the URL that you want the user to be taken to. Prior to this video, I searched a help and training article on creating chatter groups, which is the one I have pasted in. Once you have defined exactly what you want your prompt to say, you can then choose when you want them to appear. You can select a start and end date, and then also how often you would like the prompt to appear. If you choose for it to appear more than once, you can also choose how many days between the occurrences. As you can see, there is a message at the bottom of the page that states that if the user doesn't interact with the prompt, then it will appear again, meaning that if they don't choose to minimize the prompt or interact with it, then it will continue to appear. Finally, you must enter a name and a description to make your prompt identifiable to yourself or other administrators. If you have a specific naming convention, then use that, but as a best practice, make sure the name indicates what the prompt does in case you need to edit it later. Once you have filled in all of the information, you can click Save and Preview, which will save the prompt and preview it for you. As you can see, it pops up in the corner with the message we defined, and if we click on the button, it will take us through to the article we defined. If you are happy with that prompt, click Done. You can go on to create multiple prompts, and once you are finished, you just have to click the little cross in the top right and you will be taken back to your org. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.